Did you always know you would want to have a kid?
Yes, absolutely. From a very young age, I knew that I wanted to be a mom.
What Reese Brooks didn't know is that at 24 years old, she would need a sperm donor.
What were you looking for when it came to finding a donor?
I wanted him to be college educated, a certain height as well. At first, it was trying to find a donor that was African American.
In the United States, there's a black sperm donor shortage. A recent study looking at 20 sperm banks in the country, finding that of over 1,600 donors, just 53 were African American. That's only 3.2%. The lack of representative donors leading some, like Brooks, to less regulated tactics of conception, searching for donors through online groups or reaching out to friends.
Did you have any concerns about using online groups when they don't have the same regulations?
Absolutely. You can run into a lot of, legal issues down the road.
Finding a black donor using U.S. cryobanks is a struggle Angela Stepanczyk also knows well.
We were really looking for a donor who would reflect our culture. We searched. We were not able to find a black donor that matched our DNA needs. So we ended up using a donor from Venezuela.
The experience motivated the 40-year-old to create her own organization, the Reproductive Village Cryobank, specifically for families seeking black donors.
So how did you take that experience and turn it into this new initiative?
I thought I could either help more black donors come to these legacy white sperm banks, or we could do our own thing, and we can create a welcoming community for black men and black families to come and expand and sustain their families.
Experts like doctors Cassie Hobbs and Alexis Gadsden say several obstacles have created this shortage.
Are the sperm banks in locations where patients can easily access them? I think we must mention the fact that there's this historical distrust in minority populations, in particular in the African American population, of the medical system in general.
One of the requirements is to have, generations and generations of kind of family history. And if you have the sickle cell trait, which, 1 in 10 to 1 in 13 individuals has, you're automatically disqualified.
Sperm donation in the United States is also extremely selective, with height and education requirements and extensive health and psych evaluations. Another major disqualifier, men who have sex with men cannot donate, following a controversial FDA ban in place since 2005. In a statement to NBC, the FDA said in part, despite the high level of accuracy and sensitivity of today's donor screening test for communicable diseases, FDA still believes the testing alone is not sufficient to prevent the introduction, transmission, and spread of communicable diseases and protect recipients. Adding that while it's rare, it's still possible to test negative for HIV and be infected. Doctors Hobbs and Gadsden say cryobanks need to do more to recruit black donors and serve black families.
Partnering with community organizations and really being clear about what happens after they donate is going to be one of the big moves that we need to make to increase participation in minority communities.
We reached out to major cryobanks around the country. California Cryobank, the only respondent, telling us that 5% of its active donor base identifies as black and that more black donors are in the pipeline. The group saying it's conducting research and outreach among diverse populations and that it's allowing for sickle cell carriers to qualify through a disclosure process. Still, even if a family does overcome the challenges of finding a black sperm donor, not every insemination attempt is viable. Reese Brooks did find her black sperm donor, but it came at a cost.
I guess I didn't realize how expensive it was. I did 3 IUI tries with that person, and unfortunately I did not conceive.
Brooks says at around $1,200 per vial, she eventually sought a new donor, but during her next try, she didn't find a black donor match.
So how did it feel realizing you weren't going to get that black sperm donor?
I think it was more important that I, at the end of the day, was a mom. So it definitely hurt my feelings that there was a lack of African-American donors. I didn't care if she came out purple. I just wanted to be a mom.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.